Hello fellow traders, Paul Lemmel, Big Kuna Trading Club. Got another pretty good looking stock, another high volatility stock, a little bit elevated risk because of the volatility. It's not one of those load up your whole account into, unless you have a very small account and you're willing to take the risk. But it's a very fast mover. It has condensed cycles, which tells me there's a lot going on with this stock that looks pretty good potentially for a big move. When you have condensed cycles, and especially off of IPO, let's look at the IPO was a couple years back, but it's been flat, and all of a sudden it started spiking with all this geopolitical stuff going on. So should get some pretty good resolution here soon. We'll be back in a second and break down the cycles on this. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Helps us to reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. Also, we're looking for talent, maybe someone who's not locked into their own way of trading and is open to exploring a new outside the box form of cycle-based trading, which we use to swing trade equities and day trade indexes, SPY, QQQ, and futures. If you have any interest in that, DM me through our social media or email me at paul@bigkunatradingclub.com and I'll give you more information. Okay, current market rating has bounced back up to A+. Kind of expected that. The price action on the index acting pretty well. Looking at the Dow Jones 30, you can see over here, got a nice little pop. We're going to probably be getting outside of these highs back from early 2025. We're going back into the fall cycle mid-August to getting into September. We usually get some pretty good price action off of the pullback from the summertime highs. So that looks like where we're going, and should get some good trading action over the next several weeks. Okay, cycle breakdown on this. The TD cycle is the first cycle here, and we have a TM1 cycle right after that. Now you can see how the price squeeze sets up. You have the first cycle low, you had a lower low, and the pullback of the TM1 held above the TD6 cycle low, so you get a price squeeze there. Then you get the pop to set the TM2 plus cycle, 3.5 month plus cycle, CAT-3 on that. And you can see off of that pullback, we held the TM1 lows and also this pullback from that little spike off of the lower channel. Get a price squeeze there. Now as far as the PPP zones, you can see in the cup, the pullback from that spike up here held above the $5 PPP, and then you got another significant psychological price point pullback to that right at the $10 area off of this spike right here. Then we got a break out of the 15 PPP, came back, retested the $10 psychological price point. A little bit of error in the consolidation there. Now we're dealing with the $20 PPP. So the spike over here, the high was about $20, and so we're right at that again. And this is also in the TM3 zone, which may in fact cause several weeks pullback once we get to set on that. Sometimes you get the TM3 upset maybe about 10 to 15% above that prior high, and then you get a pullback into that. That could make some sense with the channel set like that. So be aware of that. That once you get outside of these two highs right here, the around the $20 mark, good chance of coming back and retesting it over a few weeks, maybe even a month on that. But this thing moves pretty well. It's got some really good juice in the cup, and again, driven by the geopolitics around the world right now, tariffs, etc. So I'll be watching the news on that, but looks pretty good price action wise. And you know, this setup right here is potentially a dark cloud cover, which could mean pulling back for a few weeks inside of that. But if it takes out the highs right there, the 2-day highs, then should be fine for breakout of this pivot over here, and possibly a pullback retest of $20 PPP. Looks pretty good for the short term and potentially real good for the long term. When we get back, I'll break down some cycle-based price targets on it. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you can find our club lingo at bigkunatradingclub.club/lingo. Okay, looking at some price targets based on the cup formation, we had a TM-2 cycle off the lows. It's a 3.5 month cycle. And extrapolating the North Channel, it's around 25 bucks on that, be a 20% gain if it hits that. And if we hit the X channel, basically one extension of the base channel, it would be 100% gain thereabouts on it. And if we hit the 2X channel, it would be getting close to 200% gain. Need to get a little bit above that, but certainly has some momentum in the cup. Would not be surprised. Again, good chance we have a TM-3 cycle pullback, whether that will take a month, 2 months, whatever. Once we resolve that, we should be targeting some of these upper channels. Definitely the XNCV at the 100% mark, and possibly the 2X at 55 bucks on that. Pretty close to 200% on that from where it's at right now on the close. So looking pretty good. Now, one thing, if you get a organized PBC zone, let's say it sets at 25 bucks, pulls back inside of that, quite possibly could produce 200% gain out of that, which would take it to 75 bucks or so. 2 times 25 plus 25. So this has a really good trading pattern, good momentum, but it's a little bit more volatile than our regular type of setups. So it is elevated risk, probably going to rate it about 85 on the stock rating for it. So looks good. USAR, USA Rare Earth Inc. If you're interested in our trading style and want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtraining.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.